welcome. So happy 2025. I'm going to share one of my favorite resources. This is Common Sense Education. This is a great resource for both digital literacy and for finding technology and apps and being able to compare them when you're looking for resources to use in EdTech. So let's take a look. So Common Sense Education is a non-for-profit, and you can see that they begin with digital citizenship, and there's a curriculum here, lesson plans. But really, my favorite resource is the apps and websites for learning. This is a really good way to explore different EdTech and comparisons, which is really handy. So, Best in Class is just their favorite apps across the board. But the way that I really like to use it is looking at it specifically in different sections. So you have different grade levels and you have different filters on the side. So if we're looking for like a classroom management tool, you can click that and then it will give you those. So like best interactive whiteboards. This is something that a lot of teachers are kind of interested in. It has Miro, which is a popular one. Explain everything, drop, Jamboard, and then it has these handy comparisons. So free versus free or paid, free to try, and then they give privacy warnings. So 49%, 80, 84, and then one is not yet rated. So it shows you the platforms, it shows you the pros and cons, and the bottom line. There's also curated lists, and then you could look at just all apps and websites across the board. So use these kind of tools. Screencastify is a good example of one that's very popular, right? So their privacy is a pass, 82%, the community rating versus the learning rating. So I like these ratings. They're really handy. School AI, which we just recently talked about, it shows that it's a high-rated tool, and it shows that free paid. So, really handy. I like it if we're looking for something specific like AR, VR. You could just use the search, and it will bring up different AR and VR games as a curated list, or you could just kind of go through them. So Quiver, of course, one of the more popular ones, and we could kind of go into each one of these and see the reviews. So this has 3 stars for learning, 4 stars from the community. It's good for K-5. I actually use it way up to high school. I think it's applicable even there. It shows you a quick look inside and some quick answers for teachers. So if you're trying to look for tools quickly, this is really handy. You kind of get a lot of the answers fast. And I love that they have the privacy in there. Of course, every state is very different with privacy, but it gives you a pretty good sense of how it might work. And it talks about the privacy program here as well. So it's a really good way to kind of look at different apps in comparison. So like AI is obviously one of the big trends in education, and there's so many tools, and you kind of wonder about the privacy of it. So, Magic School, Diffit, Khan Academy, School AI, Brisk, CurePod, Figma, a lot of the most Perplexity, ChatGPT, of course, Copilot. We talked a lot about these in previous sessions, but it kind of shows you across the board how it works. It just makes your life a little bit easier. There's also a lot of great family resources. They have a whole section for parents, which is really nice, and it has everything from movies to apps, games, podcasts across the board. There's also even family resources within the education section. And really important, there's professional development. So you could actually teach yourself through these webinars and self-paced courses. So this is a quick look. I like to use this tool all the time to just explore different types of apps people might mention to me, or when I go to a conference and I see new things, just to get an idea about privacy, about usefulness, about the learning, and just to see the comparison against other apps in that category. The professional development is really good, and they have a program for teachers as well. So definitely, use it. I find the more that I use Common Sense, the more informed I am when I start before I even kind of get into some of the apps. So best of luck and have a great 2025.